This final won a year ago by the French partnership of Michel Andrew and Jean-Christophe Roland, spokesman for the Australian Athletes Commission.
Loads of experience in that Australian pair. These two are doubling up. They're going to be doing the Cox 4 tomorrow with the other half of the Awesome Foursome, who are doubling up in the Coxed pair as well. So they're going for 3 events between them. But at the moment here, out in front now, in lane 3, Yugoslavia, who've taken a slight lead. Nikola Stojic, who spent the last few years studying in America, the American University there, and he's a very powerful athlete, well known on the American circuit.
Yes, he came out of the double sculls last year, in which he finished 10th in the world ranking. His partner came out of the Cox pair, and that's Georgi Visaki. But they certainly have been a revelation this week, although they've now settled back a little bit, and it's the Germans who are making the pace.
Yes, they're very, very powerful, the German pair. Very upright, kind of powerful leg drive sort of style, and very, very aggressive through the water. They're really going for it here. They believe in themselves. They're at 38, they're rating higher than everybody else, and they're just going to power on and see what happens. But here are the real style meisters. These guys from Australia really row beautifully. They're so well linked up, beautifully connected, and move their boat very, very well. And it's got to be really between these two crews. Germany here with a powerful, aggressive style, and the technical geniuses from Australia. United States there in 3rd position at the moment in lane 2.
Well, Detlef Kirchhoff is certainly putting pace to the race. There he is on the left of your picture. 7 Olympic and World Championship medals, and he is the experience in the boat there, setting the rhythm for Robert to pick up and provide some power.
Well, it's in this rough conditions now, the rough water, that we'll see what happens. This is where really aggressive rowing can actually get you through. It just drives you through there. You don't worry about catching your blade a little bit. You just drive through the rough water. So this could well be to their advantage, to the German advantage.
The other interesting fact is, although the Germans won the World Cup in Lucerne, the Australians actually turned them over and won the race. So there's a little bit of revenge to be made here by the Germans to stamp their authority on the season.
Well, I think it's brawn against style here, and very confident and flowing movement. You can just see in the corner of your picture the Australian bowmen. They're just moving along, very easy, relaxed style. It looks much lower than it is. They're actually at 36.5. And here again, rather like the German pair, the United States really hammering it on, just getting it in and driving it through.
Yes, those 2 Americans on the far side now based in Massachusetts, Boston, Charles, head of the river, that sort of territory. Cyrus Beasley, who was 5th in the single sculls back in '95, but now back to rowing.
Yeah. Cyrus really did, he took the American sculling scene by storm for a couple of years. But I think he started to get a bit lonely, and here he is now in a pair and moving very well in 3rd position.
So Yugoslavia, after their fast start, are down in 4th place, and then France and Great Britain struggling at the moment, I have to say, Dan.
Well, they're very young. This is their first time at international level. They're very good hopes for the Olympics in Sydney in 2 years' time. But this is a great outing for them to be in the final of this event. And remember, there are 6 completely new pair combinations in this event. None of these have rowed pairs before in these combinations, so we've got a complete change of personnel in this final of the men's pairs.
And this has been a hot contest because there was a very solid entry, 21 crews in this, which is really good numbers, so it was not easy to get into the final. But it's the Germans now with just under 750 metres who've got the advantage, and on the far side there, the Americans, closest to you, the Australians. We should make the point about the Australians, Dan. I mean, the Awesome Foursome didn't make it in the trials, that's why they're in the pairs. Keep the interest, keep the motivation going, but they're not entirely out of their objective of representing Australia in 2000.
No, they were ill at the time of the trials, and the Australian 4 in the that is racing in the final later won the selection. So they broke down into the 2 pairs and doing the Cox 4 here as well, but no doubt they have got their eyes set on a 3rd successive Olympic gold in Sydney. That's where they're hoping to really come to their best form. They raced at Henley against the British 4 last month, and were beaten by the British 4 by about half a length. It was a great race, but here now they are trying to get back on terms with this crew from Germany, who really have taken this race by the scruff of the neck, now beginning to hang on a little bit there, very, very powerful. And now we're going to see whether the Australian experience and technique can pull back Germany, who have now got a length lead. It's going to be tough.
Interesting also, Dan, just a note of the Yugoslavians, who've been very quiet for about 1,000 metres and now beginning to make their presence felt there. They've got a good overlap on the Americans, and they are moving and they are accelerating.
They're moving very well. I mean, it's really, there are 3 crews now here who could be in with the chance of a silver medal. The experience of the Australians, they're pushing that rate now up to 40. Germany still holding on at 38. They've got about a half a length lead. And as Australia starts to push hard on the German pair, Yugoslavia is moving up on the United States.
Well, this is a terrific performance. Nobody would have given the Yugoslavians a chance of a medal. Probably none of us would have even put them on our short list to get into the final. But here they are, and they are really competing now. The Germans striding out nicely. They can feel the line now, and you can see actually in the way they're rowing, they look that much more confident now. The Australians are under pressure, and I don't think they've got much more left in the tank there. The Yugoslavians really pushing on the Americans on the far side, and this is a fine, fine effort. The Germans coming towards the line now. The gold medal is theirs. The crowd are beginning to cheer. The Australians are going to hold on to get the silver, and who gets the ball? Oh, that's very, very close. That is certainly one for the judge. Is it Yugoslavia? Is it America? We just have to wait. Let's see if we can judge it. 2 from the bottom, 2 from the top of your picture there. That's Yugoslavia. Top is America. Oh, that's still close. But it's gone to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia by 0.03 of a second get the bronze, but the gold medalists are Germany.
They are world champions.
Detlef Kirchhoff and Robert Sens, who were afraid before the race that they wouldn't win, now appreciating the home support of their fans.